let's start with the third question of this exercise. So we have to prove again this is equals to this. Any side you can pick up. So I am doing it with left hand side. So left hand side is equals to 1 upon tan A plus cot A. So you have to write it. See, I am starting directly. So you have to write left hand side and then start with the question. So like in the previous questions also I told you, first thing is you have to look out on right side what is there, what you have to reach. So here I have to prove this thing to cos and sine. So that means this I have to change it to sine and cos, because this is very important. If you do something else then you won't be able to reach here. So that is why this is the first step. You have to look out what you need. So I need sine and cos. So that is why, so first step what we will do, we will change it to sine and cos, and this thing always you have to see in many questions to which trigonometric ratio we have to change. So here we have to change to sine and cos, and when I was discussing about trigonometric reciprocal relations, that time itself I told you tan theta we can write it as sine theta by cos theta. This is tan's expression in terms of sine and cos. And same way cot theta, we can write it as cos theta by sine theta, because they are reciprocal of each other. So tan's reciprocal is cot, so that means when I want to write cot, so I can just do its reciprocal. So reciprocal means changing a numerator into denominator. So this thing we will do here. 1 upon tan A. So in place of tan I will use this. Tan is sine. In place of theta I will write A here because the angle is A. Sine A by cos A plus cot A. Cot theta is cos by sine. Cos A by sine A. Don't change the angle. Whatever angle is given here, same angle you have to write. Now this is, if you only see this one, again I can see this is like addition of two fractions. Like if I have to add this 1 by 2 plus 3 by 6, something like this. So if the denominators are not same, again we have to take LCM. So always remember this thing, whenever two fractions are there and they are getting added or subtracted, we have to take LCM if the denominator is not same. So I will solve the fraction given to us in denominator. So same concept we will apply their LCM. How to find their multiplication with each other, multiplication of the denominators. So one of the denominator is sine, the other one is cos. So I will write as cos into sine. So their LCM, it will be cos A into sine A, and their cross multiplication, sine A into sine A. So what to write in numerator, that will be their cross multiplication. Sine A into sine A, like x into x, when we multiply, what do we write? X square. 3 into 3, when we multiply, what do we write? 3 square. So same way, when sine into sine, it is getting multiplied, so I have to write as sine square A. And one very important thing, here when you are writing sine square A, it should be square here, or either it should be square on whole. See, this square means it is square on whole, but don't write it as this way, sine A square. So sine A square, it will become something else only. It will become the square of the angle. Suppose like if I have angle, any angle 60 degree, so it will become sine 3600. So don't write this way and this way. Either you write square with this or you write whole square, because both means same thing only. So it will become sine square A, this plus sign as it is we will write cos A into cos A. Same thing, x into x, x square. So cos into cos, it will become cos square A. So here one thing I haven't written. So this one also you write it in the form of fraction. So why I am doing this way? Because this thing will can reduce so many confusions. This is also one fraction, this is also one fraction. Because if only one I have, so one means what? One we can write it as 1 by 1, same thing only. Now getting two fractions getting divided, because this is the sign of division. So that means inner ones will get multiplied and outer ones. So first you write the first fraction as it is, put a sign of multiplication, then with this one, this cos A into sin A, like the outer one I have to write, and then one inner one I have written this other thing, sin square A plus cos square A. Now if you see right hand side, we have to keep on checking. I think this thing I have already got. Now what to do here? 1 into this will be same thing, cos A into sin A. We have learnt square relations. See, before I started this exercise, two types of relations we have learned. First one is the reciprocal relations, then square relations we have done. And in square relations, we learned that sin square A plus cos square A is equals to 1. So 1 into 1, what? 1 into 1 is 1. So which means my answer is cos A into sin A, which is equals to right hand side, hence proved. So here both the relations we have used in this question, we use reciprocal relations also and we use square relation also, because sin square A plus cos square A is equals to 1. So its value I substituted here. Now fourth one let's do. So fourth one says that tan A minus cot A, it is equals to 1 minus cos square A by sin A into cos A. Nothing is written, that means into only. So from left hand side we have to start. Again, the first step you have to check the right hand side. So what do we need? This is tan and cot. Tan and cot means we have to change it, because if we see the left hand side, or if we see the right hand side, again it is in the form of sin and cos. So this thing is suggesting us that we have to change it, and I want you people also to try along with me, because this is the fourth question and the logic is same. You can pause the video, try to do along with me, then check with me whether you have done it correctly or not, because trigonometry requires a lot of practice and here your mind should develop accordingly. So just try to do, because the fourth one is also the similar, only reciprocal and square relations we have to use. So let's start now. So first I am now very sure that I have to change this into sin and cos. Tan's reciprocal relation, in previous part also I have told you, tan is in terms of sin and cos I have to change, because the other side is in terms of sin and cos. So tan is sin theta by cos theta and cot is cos theta by sin theta. Because cot is a reciprocal of sin, cos is a reciprocal of tan. So that means whatever is tan, sin by cos, we have to do its reciprocal. So cos will come to numerator and sin will go to denominator. So cot this way we are getting. Same thing, but it's a reciprocal. So that is why this way we can write. Now let's change it here. In place of tan, tan is this, sin theta by cos theta. So A is the angle, so I'll write it as sin A by cos A. Minus sign as it is, cot theta is cos theta by sin theta. Here angle is A, so I can write as cos A by sin A. So first thing, we looked at the right hand side, we know we have to change it into sin and cos, so we did it. Now the next thing which I have told you, see it's a two fractions getting subtracted when their denominator is not same. So that means we have to take LCM, because 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 we can't do it directly. because denominators are not same, so we have to take their LCM. So their LCM of such expressions, if they are not same, their multiplication only. In the previous part also we did same thing. So cos A into sin A. So as it is we will write cos A into sin A. LCM is their multiplication with each other, and what to write in numerators, that is their cross multiplication. This will get multiplied with this. Sin into sin, sin square A. Same thing like we did in the previous step. Cos into cos, first this minus sign as it is. Don't miss any sign. Minus sign, so I wrote minus sign. Then cos into cos, because this way is cross multiplication we have to do. Cos into cos is cos square A. So this thing we have got. Now I think if we look at the denominator, we can see it's same. Cos A into sin A into cos. Same thing only, because see 5 into 2 and 2 into 5. Both are 10, 10. So multiplication is commutative. So this thing we have already got. Now let's look at the numerator. In numerator we don't need sign at all. But one cos square we have got. Here 2 cos square is there. And we don't need sign. And now this is square thing. So sine square and cos square is there. So this thing is suggesting us to look out for a square relation. So we know the square relation is this. Sine square A plus cos square A, it is equals to 1. Now I don't need sign. See here no sign is there. I don't need sign. So in place of sine square, because here sine square is there. So in place of sine square, if we shift cos to other side, see it is one equation only. We can shift here and there the expressions to get whatever we need. So we need sine square A. So if we shift cos square to other side, because it is plus cos, so when we shift it to other side, it will become minus cos square A. Because in an equation, plus will change to minus if we shift it to other side. So sine square A, from here we are getting sine square A, it is equals to 1 minus cos square A. So in place of this sign, don't make any other change, only in place of this one, sine square A, just write this thing. Why we are doing this? Because we don't need any sign. So that is why we are doing this step. So in place of sign, let's write 1 minus cos square A minus cos square A as it is. Because I told you only in place of sign we are writing this. So this we should write as it is. Don't miss this thing that we have already written. No. In place of this, its full value we have written. Then minus cos square A, it was already there. So that cos square A we are writing. In denominator, cos A into sin A as it is. Or if you want to look it same, you can write as sin A into cos A. Now one as it is. See, if nothing is written, like in earlier classes when we did linear equations, so x, what did we consider it that time? We considered it as 1x. Because if nothing is there, so it means 1x. 2x and 3x numbers are written, so that we know. But if nothing is written, so that means that is 1. Same way, this you have to consider as trigonometry, this you have to consider as a variable like x. Nothing is written, so that means 1 is only there. Nothing, so 1, like in this case we used to do. So here forget about this. Suppose here nothing is there. So what we used to do, like terms we used to add first of all. So minus 1, minus 1. Minus 1, minus 1, it will become minus 2. Because minus minus plus with a minus sign only. So because why we added these two, and because these are like terms. As 1x, it can get added with 2x because these are like terms, same term. 1x or 2x you can't add in x square like that. So like term, same term. Here also, this is also cos square, this is also cos square. So which means they both of these are like terms. So we can add them. So minus 1 it will become minus 2. So like here we used to write is 3x variable as it is. Same way cos square x we will write as it is. Sin A into cos A. So this we can see it is equals to our right hand side.